Well, I hope you're still well and doing the things you need to do to stay well, and I hope you're having a good start of this week. Here we are on Tuesday, and what I want to do today, I want to pick up a little bit on what I talked about in my last devotional, and you may or may not have heard that, and that's okay. But I was talking about the importance during this period of time of memorizing Bible verses in addition to those we already know. Now, most of us, especially if we've grown up in the church, as children, we memorize Bible verses, and many of those verses have stayed with us, and they continue to help us in an unbelievable way. Over and over, I've told of learning as a first grader, Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 7. And I won't go into that story again, but my motive for memorizing those verses probably was not a very good motive. It was to get a gift. But those verses have stayed with me and helped me through these years. But during this different time that we've been going through, one of the things that I've tried to do is kind of relook at what I do in my own daily time with God, and in doing so, add some verses that I know they're in the Bible, and I kind of know where they are, but actually I've never really committed them to word-for-word memory like I probably should have. But be that as it may, I challenged you last time, each week, to memorize 2 new Bible verses. And I want to share with you real quickly how that has really been a blessing to me even so far. Now, one of the things I want to encourage you to do, whatever Bible plan you use, the verse that I read first every morning is in Psalm 119, and it's verse 18. Psalm 119, the longest chapter in the Bible, verse number 18. And that verse says, "Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your word." And I read that verse, I know it by heart, but I see it with my eyes. And I pray and ask God, a little brief prayer, "God, now I'm about to read your word. Would you please open my eyes that I'll see things that perhaps either I've not seen before, or see things that I have seen before, but at this time in my life I need in a very special way." So that's Psalm 119, verse 18. "Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in thy word." Now, that said, 2 of the Bible verses that has really helped me in a wonderful way during this time that have been new for me as far as memory. One is Psalm 27, verse 13. And that verse says in the NIV, "I remain confident of this, that I may see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living." And during this coronavirus time, I think one of the things that's happened at times, we kind of lose our confidence. But here's something we can be confident. I remain confident in this, that I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I want to encourage you, memorize that Bible verse, Psalm 27, verse 13. And then let me share quickly one other verse that has really spoken to my heart in a very special way during these days. It's in the book of Hebrews, in chapter 12, in verse 14. And in the King James Version, it says, "Pursue peace with all people, and, A-N-D, holiness, without which no one will see the Lord." That verse really gripped me. When I read the verse, I was not thinking about memorizing the verse, but it seems like the verse just almost attacked me. Pursue peace with all people, and, A-N-D, holiness. Now, none of us will have peace with all people in this life, and none of us will have holiness to perfection in this life, but I think the key in that verse is the first word, pursue. So I want to encourage you, whether you do those 2 verses or some others, one of the best things you can do is each week memorize maybe just 1 verse, possibly 2. Maybe you're, real bold and you say, "I'll do 1 a day." Well, that might be a little much to maintain. But 1 or 2 new verses a week that you don't already have memorized. And here's the advantage. When you need them, they are there. Have a great rest of this day and a great week. God bless you.